G'day, Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Matty here with another episode of Steelers War, and we're going to keep it quick. I'm suffering from a terrible flu or cold, have been for 4 days. Lucky Shannon White and I do a lot of Steelers global perspectives. I was able to roll them out. But I'll keep it short and sweet here. We will quickly talk about the ESPN power rankings, but first, I want to give a big shout out to all the subscribers on Steelers Touching Under. We surpassed 500. I think the count's 505 right now. By no means are we the biggest channel out there talking about the Steelers. By no means are we the biggest YouTube channel that you might be sub to. If you're not a sub, consider hitting that sub button. That'll give you all our community posts, notifications when we go live, and a lot of other things now that we've hit 500 that YouTube allows us to do. For the long-time listeners that have been following us, but by us, I mean me, Marky D, even Shannon White as well, who I do the Steelers Global Perspective content with. For any of you out there that have been following us since the BTSC or the Steel Curtain Network days, as they're now known, and you want no super chats, all that sort of stuff, that's now available on the channel. We'll never ask for them, but that is now available when we do a live show. But I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone, whether they've been a subscriber for a week, a subscriber for a year, or more since we got started. There's some OGs, and they know who they are. I don't need to give them a shout out right now, but I will shout you out next time we do a live for sure. And lots more content to come on Steelers Touching Under. We're not stopping here. We're only growing, building. Now the goal's 1,000 as soon as we can, hopefully by midway through the season, if not sooner. And that hopefully will be helped depending on the Steelers' schedule, which comes out very shortly. I might be at the Week 3 Pittsburgh Steelers home game. Hopefully they get a home game in Week 3. But let's get into it. I wanted to talk quickly, as much as my nose won't run and I won't need a tissue or cough. So I'm going to keep it really, really watertight. But I wanted to quickly talk about the ESPN power rankings. There's been a lot of different articles about them. Are they right? I guess that's the question. There are a lot of articles spinning in about the offense. The Steelers have gone backwards from number 13 to number 15 on this list post the draft, which seems almost stupid to a lot of people because of how well the Steelers did in drafting high-ranking linemen, acquiring a guy like Roman Wilson, who had a second-round grade on him around most of the NFL. Steelers got him in the third round, getting a guy like Peyton Wilson as well. So does that really make sense? Well, I thought it was interesting, not so much where the Steelers are ranked at 15, but actually having a look at the rest of the AFC North. So the Baltimore Ravens are ranked 3, up from number 4. They got that rank because of Nate Wiggins and TJ Tampa. Together, that makes sense from the draft. I didn't think Nate Wiggins was the smartest pick they could have got with their first-round pick, but pairing them both there with Marlon Humphrey, and Brandon Stevens is actually, as this article says, is actually a pretty cool. Like that's pretty cool for their secondary. Do I really think they're the third best team in the NFL? I don't. So again, leave that be what it will be. I think Detroit Lions could be the third best team in the NFL. How they went backwards off the draft when they got Terry Arnold and Dennis Rakestraw Jr. is absolutely redonkulous. And that absolutely tells you what this power list actually probably means. Philadelphia Eagles going up. Yeah, that's fine. It seems heavily weighted here against, the teams that are the big name teams versus the teams that are actually capable of winning week in, week out in the NFL. It was interesting to see Cincinnati at number 9 up from number 11 post their free agency ranking. I completely do have no idea how they're in the top 10 here. They've got a top 10 roster potentially in the NFL, but definitely a top 15 roster. But are they right now power rankings number 9? I don't see it. Then you got the Browns at number 12. Again, they had an okay draft. They didn't pick till the third round. They got Michael Hall Jr. They got a couple of tight ends. They got a good they got a good O lineman as well. Name escapes me right now. A bit of brain fog with the flu. But again, are these teams all really 3 and 4 spots ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers? I don't think so. I'm sorry, I just don't. Maybe that's my black and gold goggles, but I actually think it absolutely not. But as I just showed you from the top 10, and you look down here, Chicago Bears 16. Why? Because they got the best quarterback in the draft, not the best quarterback in the NFL. They went and drafted a really good wide receiver. Fine. They went and got Keenan Allen in free agency, but as if they can't play West Coast offense in Chicago at the end of the year, like calendar year in December. Like it is ludicrous. The New York Jets had a decent draft. The fact that they're 17th there, like Indianapolis, really the 18th best team. So you know what? My question to start off this show was, did ESPN get the power rankings right? Who cares? I don't give a rat's ass, to be honest. I'm sorry if you feel like it was clickbait with me sort of dumbing, getting baiting you to watch it, but who cares about the rankings? This is one of the dumbest things I think I've ever seen. To be honest, it makes sense when you do rankings during the season, but we haven't even had a preseason. We haven't even had a training camp. We barely just finished rookie minicamp. We don't even know the schedule. They're doing a power rankings based on free agency and the draft. It is the most subjective thing ever. Takes into no account scheme. Like the idea of bringing Patrick Queen in, the number one hole on the Steelers defense last year was their linebackers, apart from their strong safety, but they played 3 safety sets. They worked people in there. The number one hole was inside linebacker. They went and got Patrick Queen, the best guy in the free agency on that. And then they got the best linebacker in the draft. And somehow they're number 15 post the draft. Ludicrous. These people at ESPN who wrote this thing have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to power rankings. It's a dumb idea. I don't care. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. I'm Matty P. As always, go Steelers.